Hi, this video will show you the effects and usage of this clothing asset. Unlike the previous outfit, this one utilizes the new cloth system in Unreal Engine. However, thanks to Unreal Engine's excellent compatibility, you only need to replace some files to use it on your MetaHuman character. I will also remake the previously released outfit using the new cloth system. If the Fab Store permits, I will upload it on the original page. If you have already purchased it, you can download the updated asset for free. Similar to other MetaHuman clothing usage, drag the MHPKG compressed package into the engine to automatically unpack it. Please manually create a separate folder before dragging in the compressed package. If you add it from the built-in Fab interface in the engine, a separate folder will not be created automatically. First, create a new MetaHuman file. This outfit is still based on the Vivian body type as a reference, and Vivian should also be the best match. Drag the WI file into the clothing window. The best match for the hair should be this one, or you can use your custom hair. For distinction, I'm selecting a body type with a huge difference for demonstration. Which may cause strange stretching. However, I assume no one would make this character wear this outfit. After assembling the MetaHuman character following the process, the clothing is also included. Please export a merged mesh as the merged body for later use. You need to replace some files from your downloaded files with newly created ones. Now, the new MetaHuman is assembled. For your clarity, I've color-coded two folders, red for the downloaded files and green for the assembled MetaHuman files. We will use this CA prefixed file. Of course, you can directly modify or duplicate it, but I don't recommend either method because it has a reference relationship with the adjacent DF file, even for a duplicated new CA file. If we modify the original file, there's a high chance of errors when using the original file for other characters later. Therefore, I suggest creating a new CA file next to the new MetaHuman clothing file. This way, the downloaded files won't be damaged, and the accompanying DF file won't have any association with the downloaded files. Open the new CA file. Delete all its contents. Then open the downloaded CA file. Copy all nodes and paste them into the new CA file. Replace the three references with the new MetaHuman files. The first is the skeletal mesh at the front end. You just need to drag the new MetaHuman clothing and replace the original node. The second is the body reference inside this node. Remember the merged mesh exported from the MetaHuman creation interface? Use it to replace the original reference. The third is the physics asset here. You can use the default physics asset next to the body mesh, but the collision won't be precise. We can create another physics asset using the merged mesh as the collision body. First, duplicate the merged mesh and rename it for distinction. We'll use it to create a low-poly model. Enter this mesh. Use the editing function and apply the simplification feature under this menu. Keep the simplification percentage as low as possible while maintaining the shape. If there are anomalies, increase the percentage appropriately. Remember to apply and save after confirming. The purpose of this low-poly model is to generate a new physics asset. Right-click and select this option, then confirm to enter the physics asset interface. These collision bodies are similar to those automatically created by MetaHuman. Delete all collision bodies except the first root. Adjust their size to hide them inside the body as much as possible. And then right-click while selecting it to create a full coverage collision body. If you didn't reduce the polygon count in the previous steps, the created collision body would be very performance-intensive. The previous steps were all to create this physics asset. After saving, return to the CA file and replace the reference here with a new physics asset. If you want to preview and debug, you can add files here, but this is not mandatory. At this point, the replacement is complete. However, note that you can replace clothing this way for the same outfit, but different clothing requires repainting its weight maps. The weight maps here are only effective for this specific outfit. This new CA file will be added as a clothing item to the character blueprint or a specific body. To add it to the blueprint, open the blueprint. Delete any existing clothing. And while the body is selected, click the Create button, search for cloth, and add this interface. Then, find the CA file slot in this interfaces panel and add the CA file. Additionally, set the blueprint's LOD value to 0 to prevent distance-based reduction of cloth simulation. If abnormal shaking occurs, it's likely due to distance reducing the cloth simulation effect. The method for adding it to a specific body is similar, except it's done in the scene with the same operations. That's the entire demonstration. Please give me a 5-star rating on the Fab Store. It's very important for my account. Thank you for watching.